Well, hello there, motherfuckers. Raw got a 2.59 this week. They dropped down. Not a big change. It was a 2.63 last week, but still a difference there. And we've noticed a decline since Shane McMahon was on the show. And in the third hour, there was a bigger drop off than last week of viewers. So the thing is, people once again, they were entertained by Shane, returning, but it still wasn't good enough. The thing was, it was a good segment with Vince and Shane, but I think back to almost any Vince and Shane promo from 1999 or 1998 or whenever else, 2001, and they're vastly superior. You take a look at the WrestleMania card as well, and you just see Triple H main eventing. The fact that Triple H main evented his first WrestleMania 16 years ago at WrestleMania 2000, and you really start thinking to yourself, the fuck? And then you think, Shane and Undertaker, this is a match they should have had years and years ago. But this is more of a desperation attempt. I got a feeling that Shane and Taker, this wasn't planned until a couple of months ago. Maybe like a month or so ago. I mean, no Cena, no Rollins. Now, I know Rollins wasn't a guy that was setting the world on fire, but he was the world champion. And it wasn't like he was, losing it quickly or anything. He held it for the better part of the year of 2015. So they're in desperation mode right now. They're trying to do all they can now. I don't know why they would go ahead and go through with the special. You would think they would try to put all their eggs into one basket. I know that's usually a negative expression, but they really should. They should have all guns a blazing, headed into WrestleMania. But instead, they are taking a slight detour with Roadblock. No pun intended there. But the thing is, they shouldn't even be worried about Roadblock. First of all, what drives me insane is that the match on Roadblock with Brock Lesnar and Bray Wyatt, that would have been a good WrestleMania match. It would have been pretty entertaining to see Brock go against Bray. It's a new match, and not only that, but the behemoths that are with Bray Wyatt. To see Brock Lesnar, having to go through four men to win a match, that would have been exciting. For all the people who said that Bray Wyatt doesn't have enough credibility, that is true. That definitely is true. Bray Wyatt and the Wyatts, they've had their credibility diminished to the point where it's pretty much nothing. But it would have been an interesting match nonetheless. But it's happening not even on like a real pay-per-view. This is like a fucking special. I don't really see the point. It feels so weird that they're having a match at WrestleMania with Roman Reigns and Triple H. They're barely even mentioning Roman. They're focusing more on Dean. It's like it's crazy. It's like, let's take a fucking break from these matches. You got Roman and Triple H and Brock Lesnar and Dean Ambrose. They build it up and then they just stop, and then they just somewhat switch opponents. It's fucking crazy. I don't get it. Except that Roman Reigns isn't there, but Dean Ambrose gets to face Triple H, and Brock Lesnar is off doing something else. Completely ignoring Dean Ambrose. I don't get this. I really don't. Really, it's a bit perplexing. Like they're just taking a break and building up towards another match when they should be trying to focus all the build up. They do a fucking shitty ass job of building matches nowadays. Why are they in the middle of everything building another match for what's going to be a throwaway pay-per-view. It would have been nothing. If it wasn't for the network, this would be no more than a fucking house show. And they're going to go ahead and they're going to fucking just build this up around here. Like, it couldn't have happened at the worst time. Like, why couldn't this happen with Payback or Battleground? No, it has to be right in the middle of WrestleMania season. It doesn't. Why would they do that? I really don't understand it. Why just come out with this? I'm not saying that these matches on Roadblock are not going to be interesting or fun to watch, but they're just really confusing in the grand scheme of things. And this is the thing, I think fans just get fucking frustrated with all this. It looks so stupid. It really does, and people just tune out. They tune in to see something special, and then you notice right after they do something special, like Shane McMahon returning, then it goes back down again. The Rock was there one week, he's not there the next. People know that, and then the ratings go back down. You see, that's just how it goes. And that's how it's always going to be. WWE is just going to have temporary fixes unless they could come up with surprises every single week. But the thing is, even when they have big moments, even big surprises, the ratings only go up by not even a true point. It's a point of a point. For example, with Shane, it went up to like a 2.7. Just, that's all it was. It's hundreds of thousands of people, but they were doing 3 million not too long ago, and now they can't even get anywhere close to that. They've been staying below that, and that was even considered to be low for them. And I've explained this a whole bunch of times to you guys. They used to get big ass ratings, 7, 8 million people. They sometimes would draw in 10 or 11, depending on the segment. But they used to have double, nearly triple the views at times. And now they can't even get to 3 million, which I said which is considered mediocre by their standards. They lowered their standards because, everybody had standards already set. This is why it's nuts when people criticize me for talking about the Attitude Era and comparing things to the Attitude Era. I'm sorry that I grew up during a time where wrestling was exciting. Storylines and feuds meant something. There actually was storylines. There were characters. Characters interacted with each other, and we got a sense of who they were, who their personalities were. And that when they had the eventual match, that it really meant something, and you really got into it. You can't get into this. It's like there's shows out there like Better Call Saul, Gotham, The Walking Dead, all with interesting characters that interact with one another, and they all build up towards the eventual climax of whatever they're trying to do on those shows. That's how it's done. Wrestling, WWE to be more specific, that's exactly what it is. It is a TV show, and it always has been. And people fail to realize that. This show has become a wrestling show. It has. And I might do a video about this, so I might, kind of conserve a little bit what I'm saying here. I want to do a separate video. But this is really, it's just match after match with nothing in between. And, I'll do another video because it really does warrant one. But yeah, there's your ratings, 2.59. That's fucking pathetic.